Is this you? Ah, seriously, I am so addicted to chocolate and I just can't stop eating it, but I need to because I'm putting on weight. Well, in this video, I'm going to give you 5 easy steps in which you can overcome your addiction to chocolate. Hi, I'm Vanessa McLennan and I help people with their binge eating and overeating to help them have a life free from food stress.
Chocolate by its very nature is, easy to get addicted to. Who doesn't love, the texture in our mouths, and then it gets warm and gooey. That just feels so nice, and it's just the sweetness of it. And of course, on the physical side, when we eat it, the dopamine gets released and it's a feel good hormone, so our brains naturally want that hit again and again. So we keep eating it because it feels good. And on a psychological side, again, it's that feeling good part, that on the emotional side, we want to feel good. And often what we do is we pair, eating chocolate with another activity that might feel good, or an activity that might not feel good, but the chocolate makes us feel better. So again, it's a cycle that we go around again and again. And of course, each time then that we eat chocolate, we are making that connection, that network that tells us it feels good, stronger and stronger. So we get to a point where it is hard to break, because it's so unconscious that we're eating it, and over time we're probably eating more and more, that we're it's naturally hard to break because it feels so good. But it is totally doable, and here are some 5 easy steps. Relax. So many people pair chocolate with relaxing, or they use it as a way to help them relax. So again, they sit on the sofa, and just chocolate naturally comes to them. Or, as you say, you're in your car and chocolate just gives us that bit of lift and a boost. So, we do, don't we? We have really, really busy lives in between, dropping children off, picking them up, and then running to work, and then being busy at work, and picking children up again, and being a taxi service to them everywhere, and meetings and, phone calls. So it can be really, our lives can just be chock-a-block and hectic. So when we don't find that time during the day just to have a few moments to ourselves, it comes to some point where it might be either late in the evening, or if it's not at all, our body and our mind is naturally going to seek out a part that can help us just have that moment to just relax. So if we can build that into our day, it can help us stopping to go for the chocolate, to use that to relax instead. So it's, when can you just take a few moments to just go, to just breathe, or to just sit and listen to something. I'm talking about meditation, relaxing music. So if you're jumping into the car straight away, before you start up the car, just take a few moments to just breathe. Before you go to pick, let's say, the children up, and you get there, just get there 2 minutes early before you jump out of the car. Breathe. If you get home and no one else is home, take the few moments to just sit and breathe. And this is no distractions, just that moment to yourself to sit and breathe, and just notice how that feels, because again, the calmer you are, the less likely you are to use chocolate to help you keep calm, or to help you give you the energy you need because you're just feeling so frazzled. Look at your associations. So an association is when two things are paired together. So an easy one to tell about association is, you see a red light and a traffic light, and you automatically stop the car. So unconsciously, and we have learnt to red light, stop our car. And so we may have done the same thing with chocolate, okay? Over time, unconsciously, we might have paired eating chocolate with another activity. And then when we do that activity unconsciously, we automatically go and eat the chocolate. So when we can then unbreak this association, that helps us to realise we perhaps don't need chocolate, we don't need it, or it's just a habit, and it helps us to break and stop eating chocolate. So look at what activity have you paired with eating chocolate. So a lot of people, it might be relaxing on the sofa and then chocolate, watching TV and then you eat chocolate. It might be filling up the kettle, you have a cup of tea, you have chocolate. It might be, when you eat with friends, or is it that you stop at a petrol station and you automatically go for the chocolate? So the trick in breaking an association is to, one, see what it's paired with, and then that other activity, it's change the order or do it in a different way so that you no longer automatically go for the chocolate. So for instance, if you're going to the petrol station and you queue up, and the chocolate is all the time down there and you just automatically go for the chocolate, think about like doing a mental dress rehearsal and you walk, into the petrol station perhaps a different way. Or you turn to look, not looking at the chocolate things. You might take a bit slower. You might just do different steps. So in other words, it doesn't have to be a big change. We're just making small changes so that we're breaking that pattern between you doing the activity and automatically reaching for the chocolate. So let me know in the comments below what activity you pair with chocolate and then what you can do to change it. Get introspective. So we're not going to really work out what is behind our chocolate addiction until we start looking inwards and then just wondering, why, what's this about? So when we are going about our daily habits, when we automatically go for the chocolate, it's being able to, sit back and just say, with curiosity, I think that's the key, with curiosity, no judgment, to be able to go, so why did I go for the chocolate? And then go, deeper again. A lot of the time when we eat chocolate, it's to substitute for maybe a feeling. So it's either to dampen down a feeling that's probably too strong, or it's to fill, a void, a gap that's not there. So it's working out maybe what it is for you. So it's like, what is it that you're feeling before the chocolate? Like, what is it you really want? Are you yearning for something, or are you feeling overwhelmed with something and then the chocolate helps you, to do and to suppress it? So you're not going to know until you practice, I suppose, mindfulness, is really paying attention to the feelings and the emotions that are coming up for you. And now as I say, curiosity is a big key with this, because a lot of the time we can be really harsh with ourselves, and beat ourselves up about it. Why did I go for that chocolate? I didn't need it. And it's like, it's, quite hard to hear. It's like telling ourselves off for something that we have supposedly, done wrong. But inadvertently what that does is, we feel worse from telling ourselves up or beating ourselves up. Because we then feel worse, we unconsciously will want to go for something that makes us feel better. That unconscious feeling is going for chocolate, so we eat more chocolate, and then the cycle starts again. So it's to stop that cycle. It's to just get to a place where actually this is just a pattern that we're running at the moment. How can we be a bit kinder to ourselves to understand what that pattern is, to then we can start breaking that pattern? Replace it. So if you are eating loads of like milky, dairy chocolate, try going on to the darker chocolate where, it's less addictive and less bitter. It's got that bit, bitter taste. But if that's too bitter for you, you don't like that, trial some things where they're just still a bit creamier, but just, less sugary, and just more cocoa. You're looking for the cocoa content in it. So start off 65, 70, and then if you really want to, 85%. Now, if you don't want to come off the chocolate altogether, replace it with things like oat bars, or, healthier snacks. So you're still getting that, nice sort of snack if you want it, but it's not so chocolate dense. Drink water. This is the easiest place to start to help you overcome your chocolate addiction. You see, when we are dehydrated, we naturally start reaching out for more foods, or again like chocolate, because it's a food and it's sweet and it gives us that lift. When we keep eating those foods and then our body is crying out for nutrients or hydration, and we're not getting that, we're going to keep eating more. So the easiest way, if we start hydrating ourselves and trying to drink at least 2 litres of water a day, the cells then hold the water, we start feeling hydrated, and we are less, hungry, or we're less, wanting these cravings, because, our body is getting what it needs.